When last we spoke, I told you that I had two different ideas for armies I was going to practice leading up to the Rocky Mountain Open. And today, I'm here to tell you about the first of those two lists. Let's not mess around. You saw the title. I'm taking 50 dogs to the largest Warhammer 40k tournament in my state. The reason I am able to do this is the same reason that Space Wolves are my favorite Space Marine faction in the entire game. There is a significant part of this roster that is literally made up of actual dogs. We talked about it last time. You've got the Thunderwolf Cavalry that are the 3x6 mounted profile, and the Wolfguard Headtakers, also 3x6 and capable of each bringing a dog to work. But there's also the Wolf Scouts, which can have either one or two dogs, depending on the size of the squad, but then there is also their own standalone Fenrisian Wolves in a 5x10 stack. It's literally just dogs. There's not even horses. So what I've done for this first list is I've gone through and I've compiled what is going to be 50 dogs. I have got 10 Fenrisian Wolves, I have got 10 Fenrisian Wolves, 10 Fenrisian Wolves, that's a clean 30. I've got a 3x6 Wolfguard Headtaker stack, each guy bringing his own dog to work, so that's another 18, bringing us to 48. And then I have 2 stacks of the Wolf Scouts at 5 each, with their bonus 1 dog per stack, for a total, say it with me now, of 50 dogs. There's only one problem. I don't own all of these units, so oh my god, it's shopping time. Here's the deal. We've got 3 hobby shops. Nope, we've got 2 hobby shops to go to today, and we're trying to find 3 boxes. I need 2 Wolf Scouts, and I need 1 Wolfguard Headtaker. Lots of wolves going on today. I have everything I need for this list except for those 3 boxes. So, let's see what we can find. If I'm being totally honest, I am hoping to find all 3 boxes at this first shop. This shop is a discount local games retailer, which is kind of the Goldilocks zone for Warhammer 40,000 because it's a discount retailer, so you're getting your boxes for cheap, which, god, fuck, you need those boxes cheap if you can get them. And 2, they're a local game store. So they're not like a big brand, they're not a Warhammer store specifically, so if you buy from a place like this, you're supporting small local business, which I think is very cool and good to do if you're in the hobby. Let's see what they've got.
Got a selection of good things on sale, stranger.
We are now the proud owner of 2, count 'em 2, Wolf Scout kill teams. We're gonna hit one more store. This store did not have the head takers that I need, but I think the other store does. I think they've got what we need. Not a discount retailer, but we'll take what we get at this point. We are at shop number 2. If they have a single box of Wolfguard Headtakers, we are in business. The rest of this video can just be assembling and painting this army in, let's see, what day is it? Today's Sunday. I can spend Monday through Thursday in my hobby time painting and assembling this army. God, I would love it with all my heart if that's what the rest of this video gets to be. Let's see what they got. Yes. Oh my god, there's so many. There's so many boxes. Alright, you guys saw the video from the store, not even a point in playing around with it. Total success on all fronts. This is a good day. This is a good, exciting day. Let's get back home and figure out what the next step is. Anyways, Code Bullet just put out a new video, so I'm gonna watch that while I build. Hopefully, if I can get the Wolfguard Headtakers done in 1 hour, that's success tonight. Okay, what this poor idiot on screen doesn't realize is that 1 hour is not enough time to finish this box. There's a fun element to Warhammer 40k stuff when you start getting into the building side of it as a hobby, wherein getting better at it doesn't actually let you build models faster, it makes you build models more slowly because you find more things to clean up. The little attachment points where bits from the model get attached to the spruce sheet, you find mold lines, you find little mistakes on the model, you get more invested in interesting ways to pose your models, so there was never a chance in hell that this project got done in just one day, or even 2 days. This project didn't even get done in 3 or 4 days. This project was done in 5 days. Okay, so it took me longer than I expected, because I just ended up getting pulled in different directions, but that is both Wolf Scouts done, and the new unit of head takers also done. So the core of the list is complete. This is a list with 50 dogs. And I had to get it done this morning, because this list is being run today, on Friday. There's a reason this video is going to go up on Saturday, tomorrow. Most of these videos probably will be going forward in the future, just to give me an extra day to work on stuff. But I'm playing my 50 dog list today. In the video you're seeing this, I'm going to give you feedback on how this list worked today. So this is it. This is the whole list assembled together for the first time. The scouts are still missing their heads. In fact, I'm actually missing a scout. Here he is. Scouts are still missing their heads because I refuse to paint faces. I'm not interested in that, and you're in the army, put on your hat. And the scouts only come with bare head options, so I'm gonna have to do some kit bashing on them. But this is list 1, draft 1. Let's walk through it. So as it stands currently, we are at 2,000 points exactly. The core of the list are those 3x10 Fenrisian wolves, the 3x6 head takers with their hunting wolves, and then the 2 wolf scouts with 1 hunting wolf each. However, this list is then supported by Bjorn the Fell-Handed, who watches the home point and generates command points. We've got a captain with a jump pack with Fenrisian grit, and a lieutenant with combo weapon to help screen out and support those units. And then we've got a Wolf Guard battle leader with the Wolf Master enhancement to lead one of our head takers, and then also give some orders to the little dogs. We've got a 5-stack of normal intercessors and 2 gladiator lancers, as well as a special Calidus assassin. We'll talk about her after the game. It's also worth noting that this list is being played in the Space Wolves Codex detachment Saga of the Hunter, which essentially incentivizes you to either tag team enemy units in melee or outnumber your enemy units in melee. And with all of that set up, it's time to play a game. Let's throw it over to GameFane, who I'm sure has lots of photos and video from his time playing this very important game. GameFane, how's it going? I'm sorry. I have no footage of the game. That's not totally true. I have 1 photo. I've got 1 photo of the game. It was admittedly a good game. It was a very good game. It was probably the most fun I've had playing 40k in a while. And part of the reason that it was so much fun is that the list does actually operate in the way that I was hoping it would operate. 50 dogs is a totally workable number. The list needs some changes, but it performed very well. We got about halfway through the game and had to call it. We started late, and whenever you play a new army, new detachment, new structure, whatever, it always just takes a really long time because you're needing to double check stuff back and forth. Happens a lot, happens all the time. It's not a thing to be upset about. But man, it was such a good game. The only downside was that normally when we play, because he's such a strong Imperial Guard commander, and I'm still trying to dial in on literally anything, by the end of turn 2, you can really tell who's got the advantage. But we were going into turn 3, and I think both of us had the sensation of, I think it's a 60-40 split in my favor. It was that kind of game. It was phenomenal. Even though we didn't actually get to close out a full game with our new lists, I still think I've got a lot of thoughts about this one. I'm sorry I don't have any footage to show you, but let me talk you through what I've discovered. Thanks for all of that, GameFane. Let's get into the review. Point number 1. This list is so much fun to play. It is novel, it's charming, it's silly, but it has just the right amount of synergy between the units and the army and detachment rule that you can have a lot of very silly fun with this list. I know 50 dogs sounds like a lot, I know it sounds very stupid, and it is, but it's also really fun. Point number 2, the Wolfguard headtakers are incredible. I've always known that about them, but this was the first game where I feel like I really got to see what they were totally capable of, and it's a lot. It's also the first game in a long time where I feel like I really played multi-unit combos successfully between the Wolfguard headtakers getting devastating wounds and precision on their attacks into their priority targets, being led by the battle leader to give them sustained hits 1, Oath of Moment letting them re-roll all of their rolls to try and fish for those sustained, and then the Combi Lieutenant also giving them re-roll wound rolls of 1, meaning that you can get so many hits and then so many devastating wounds and then just put those wounds directly onto a leader means that you basically get to just choose a thing to take off the board every turn. All of that said, there's still a few things that right off the bat, I think we can feel confident changing. 1, we can drop the Calidus Assassin. The jump pack captain with Fenrisian Grit is already doing her job. 2, we need to find a way to make sure the Wolfguard headtakers get into the fray before they start taking damage. They're probably the most valuable unit in this entire army, so even losing one model in one unit feels awful. And 3, the Wolf Scouts just aren't quite carrying like I hoped they would. They're not quite fulfilling the role that I was hoping they would fulfill, and this doesn't seem to be the army and detachment rule for them. So I'm going to take those 3 elements back to the drawing board and we'll experiment with that a little bit. But you know what else we're experimenting with? Don't let the title deceive you. I'm not fully locked in yet, and those of you that were excited in the last video at the idea of a Dark Angels list showing up in this series, rejoice. Because next time we talk, we'll be talking about the Dark Angels. See you then.